it doesn't, let's say, have the same impact as a Magnus or maybe even a Rally would have in this game.
Wow, and the Bombardier going to be coming out on the other side.
Oh
now
my
that
God.
is going to be very interesting. Syncc showing their hand, and they're getting loud once more. These guys, they love to get loud on land.
And there's the Deadwood to finish it all off.
Wow.
So they have their mid option, they have their Suicide and the Midas, and then Dr. Repulsor as the carry. So they are choosing to go for an early game route when usually they would go for securing the late game as well as making sure to have an active team. But now they're just going full on active. I really wonder how Syncc is going to respond to this.
It is going to be interesting indeed. But ladies and gentlemen, game one here between the guys of Syncc and DOGG, Europe versus Thailand at Dreamhack Summer. We're heading on into the game. Redemption on the line. Whew.
I feel
excited,
it, man. I feel it.
There's tension in the air. I mean, there's like a lot of people that are just hanging around the players right now, trying to look at what's going on because both of these teams, they know how much is at stake.
Definitely. So, all right. What do you think about the draft so far? Who do you think has the stronger draft? Let's just say that.
Who has the stronger draft? I got to say, I like the Syncc Esports draft quite a bit. There is a lot of just team fight potential. There's late game potential with these very strong cores. And of course, you've got the flashy potential from somebody like the Bombardier. Mickey is on a hero that has the potential to make huge plays.
It's Slapped playing the Bombardier.
Oh, slapped. Excuse me.
Mickey is going to be playing the Fade, actually.
Wow.
And, you know, I'm just going to say this. Engineer is in the game, so I'm automatically in love because that hero is absolutely amazing.
That's my favorite hero, too.
Yeah, nice. All right.
Boom.
Good combo. But on the side of the Hellborn, if they don't get the pickoffs, they're not going to have the late game. And at that point, it's really going to come down to who's going to team fight better, and the Legion has a stronger team fight team.
Yeah, it's going to be relatively difficult for the guys of DOGG to actually get those pickoffs. But if they secure the momentum, there's absolutely nothing stopping them from carrying that momentum all the way into a victory. And it looks like the teams are not ready. Keizu trolling us there for just 1 second. But, I mean, this is the kind of composition that you actually saw from somebody like Stay Green a little bit later on in their championship run when they were running somebody like Minuts on the Blitz. And, of course, Swinamons with his very signature Deadwood. So they were able to find a lot of those pickoffs with that kind of strategy. And we'll see if DOGG can do their best Stay Green. They got their chant that already went down here. And it looks like they are ready to start the game. 5 players from the guys of DOGG heading on up top, while the guys here from Syncc going to be heading into their own jungle. So each going to be looking to defend their own jungle, make sure that the wards are not placed too much. Relatively defensive starts.
Yeah, the stats are also agreeing with the Hellborn lineup right now. 100% win rate in 3 games, so nothing to scoff at. But yeah, the Legion side, they are, it's kind of strange to not have a jungler on either team. That doesn't happen often, and we're just going to have to wait and see how that goes for Syncc, because they are known for usually running a jungler.
Yeah, I mean, Zlap definitely does play a very strong, just solid support, even if he's not on a jungler. And if he's going to be on something like the Bombardier, you know this is something that they've practiced before. I mean, I wouldn't go so far to say as that this is a pocket strat, but Bombardier, definitely a very strong hero. And if Zlap is able to execute this well, pretty decent. Now, a lot of these teams have been talking about running Moira in conjunction with Bombardier. But how do you think it actually fares against the Moira?
Bombardier, well, I mean, there is a chance, of course, to ulti the actual Moira if you have vision on it. And that could be quite drastic. And as well as the Sandwraith. If you see a Moira illusion coming up and, you know, Flensmeister is watching where Moira can be with his ultimate, that could be a free kill. Moira is not going to be able to realize what happens to him until it's too late. And skills are going to be on cooldown. And, yeah, that is actually quite a strong counter, in my opinion.
It's going to be very interesting, the global presence. You're going to have the Fade walking around in Invis. She finds anybody. All of a sudden, Sandwraith ultimate, Bombardier on your face, and that's a dead Blitz or a dead Deadwood. A dead or wood.
Top
lane, though. Fade is in some trouble. Will Mickey fall? One more auto. Gets the potion off. Canceled. Still needs one more auto here. Mickey's going to go down. Are they going to go for more? It looks like Bad Bat's in trouble. Turns around with the stun. Going for the auto attacks. But it looks like Puppet Master's going to fall. This is already a 2-for-1. It might be a 3-for-1. Engineer going to be trying to go for the jukes, but the body blocks are there. One more auto. One more. There it is. And a beautiful start here from the boys from Thailand as they pick up a 3-for-1 trade.
I mean, they just predicted that completely. Like, I don't think the guys from Syncc were seeing at all that there was going to be a tri-lane. I mean, look at that ward of sight as well, placed by Bad Bats. That was the reason they were able to play that so well. Deadwood got a grasp off, and immediately the guys on Syncc were just out of position. They didn't have enough damage to take down the supports on the Hellborn side, whereas the Hellborn clearly did.
Yep, and it was very strong. They used those boots to get that ward down and able to take quite the fight. Now looking at the middle lane, you got Dr. Repulsor squaring off against Sandwraith. Flensmeister definitely going to be having a pretty rough time here. It looks like his CS is not doing super hot.
Yeah, he's not having the best time, and I don't know why Syncc decided to go for this tri-lane when Sandwraith is definitely going to suffer. I mean, he has the chance to recover, of course, but versus a Dr. Repulsor, that's really difficult to do. He's going to lose this lane and might even get ganked by Blitz, for example. I mean, Blitz has his boots up, he has his E as well. I mean, they're looking for it already.
And already roaming, yeah. But Sandwraith very smartly, intelligently even, falling back, eats the tree, and is going to be waiting for that courier to come on out. Faring in the double regen. Wouldn't have been surprised if Blitz even tried to go for a courier snipe or something like that there with those boots, but not quite just yet.
That's definitely possible. I mean, with just red boots, Blitz has 380 movement speed. I think he has the highest base movement speed of any hero in the game. Yeah.
Now, Zlapt is actually in the 1v1 lane down here. Very interesting. He's going to be going up against the guys from Midas, or excuse me, Mr. Midas down here, and Zlapt he's putting on a clinic as far as laning.
Yeah, he seems to be doing quite well. I mean, Midas can't really have a response until he's level 4. At level 4, I feel like he's going to have a better time, but right now Zlapt is just applying the boom dust, level 2 already as well, and making sure to just keep harassing him.
Working out pretty effectively, and you saw Quincy giving us that stat right there. Syncc trying to give DOGG a taste of their own medicine. Not really working out for him just yet, but this lead is not insurmountable by any means. Those level 1 kills, they're important, but you know, you can definitely recover from those. The real concerning thing for me here, though, is this middle lane. As Sandwraith continues to suffer 10-0 as opposed to the 24-7, 3 times the CS going for the DOGG mid laner.
Yeah, Canon Pang is doing a great job on the last hits. Without any kills or anything, he's 390 GPM. Top lane, though.
They're trying to go for the Puppet Master, but weren't quite able to get the kill. Got a lot of damage out, but the defensive support's coming in from Engineer, definitely helping out quite a bit. But this is really interesting, seeing Mickey here on the fade.
Look at bottom lane, though. Look how low Midas is getting. He just got a bottle delivered, but that is a really late bottle. And Zlapt is doing a phenomenal job at keeping him out of lane, even.
Yeah, very strong play from him so far. And I think Zlapt is going to be the key for Syncc Esports getting back into this one. Now, is he actually going to be able to apply pressure on this tower? Is he going to be able to take this tower down here? Or is the farm just going to kind of stabilize as Bomb loses a little bit of his kill potential as Midas levels up? Oh, the Ephemeral Forge is coming in. Flensmeister in a lot of trouble. And Midas is going to be able to get the stun. Down he goes. Flensmeister just continuing to have a rough time, below 200 gold per minute as a core, while on the other side, Dr. Repulsor sitting at 450.
That is insane. That's 4 minutes and 45 seconds into the game, and he's got more than free farm. With just 1 kill, he's got about 50 GPM more than he should be able to get. It's absolutely ridiculous. It means that he missed almost no last hits. This guy is on a roll. The one thing the Hellborn do have to look out for, though, is now that Zlapt is level 6, he's going to be looking to place his ultimate at top lane. They definitely have enough stuns to, you know, get that ultimate off.
They certainly do, and of course a big line stun from Fade into that Bombardier ult is a recipe for a turnaround in this top lane, especially with those squishy supports like Moira and Blitz. But the Dr. Repulsor could definitely have something to say about that. He heads to town, bottles up, buys a TP. Where does he go?
He could so easily go bottom right now. Midas and him just form a perfect combination. It does look like he's just going to walk back to lane. He's going to have that TP ready in case they decide to initiate on bottom or top. So,
and Doctor, I mean, he's such a strong counter initiator. As
Yeah.
soon as he pops that TP off, you have to be worried. If he's ever off the map, he could be going for one of those kills. And right now, it looks like the guys from Syncc are continuing to ward up the top lane. They are going to spot out the massive stacks that are going on here in the woods. So I wonder if they're actually going to try to take those at any point.
that's the disadvantage of aggressive laning. This is going to happen
they're gonna go
almost
for a
every single
kill.
time. Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Top
Blitz
lane.
coming on in here. Sandwraith ultimate is going to be popped out, so this will become a team fight. Bombardier ultimate is going to go ahead and connect. Brings down the Moira. Deadwood in some trouble. He's going to be off on his own. Looks like he is going to probably try to suicide. Not quite, but Dr. Repulsor is here. Going to be able to take down Mickey on the fade. Likely going to go for Insania as well. If he gets hit by a stun, he will likely die. And there's the stun.
Almost.
The follow-up.
Oh my god.
He's going to be able to get away.
And so
Blitz is
Blitz.
trying to get out of there as well. He's gone. Bad Bats. They turn it around. Midas is here. Dr. Repulsor in one more time. Puppet Bastard going to fall.
Wow.
The guys from DOGG are going insane.
My god, this is insane. That, as I was saying, that TP from Doctor was so smart that he was able to have that. That just completely turned that fight around. And then Midas came in as well. He literally walked from the mid lane up to the fight and was able to get there on time to turn it around again. So really well played coming up from the guys on the Hellborn side. It originally did look, of course, really good for the guys on Syncc because Bombardier was just using his ultimate. They almost got 2 kills with it, but ultimately it was not enough.
Not enough indeed. 3-7, your hero kill score here. The guys from Syncc definitely not having the start that they expected. And you talk to any of these guys before the series here, and they were confident, but they were also a little bit nervous, a little bit apprehensive, saying that they knew they needed to win this one. Absolutely needed to get that momentum and be able to get their confidence back up against these tied teams. And for the guys of DOGG to come out with a statement like this in the early game, very impressive. We'll see if they're going to be able to carry it over into the mid because, as we said, they needed to seize the momentum and carry it.
Yep, exactly. They need to not get picked off and make sure to just do their best to go into the late game. And at the moment, it's not looking very good for them. They also kind of disbanded the tri lane here in the top lane, so it's only Fade and Puppet Master left. But, you know, Blitz is comfortably farming, and Deadwood's now level 6, so he's going to be able to burst someone down easily. So, I don't know, man. Like, the draft from Syncc, top lane, they were looking
Blitz,
for the initiation.
every time he goes big and blue, I'm just like, who are they going to kill? Who are they going to kill? And, of course, with Deadwood, he's got the Falcon Punch now.
Oh, no, bottom lane.
Oh, they're going for the dive. Will find Bombardier.
Wow, he just got
the
bursted.
Sandwraith, and he just gets annihilated. Midas could be in some trouble. Sticky Bomb is going to connect. The bombardment is there for the slow. He's going to be able to get out. He's a strength hero.
Like, yeah, he has Steam Boots and... oh
They're going
my
to turn
God.
this one around. They have a
The
regen
regen
rune on
rune.
Doctor.
Is he gonna, he finds him.
Finds Puppet, trying to make sure that he doesn't get hit by the Puppet Show or the strings. And hello, there's 5 players here. Dr. Repulsor going to be zipping back and forth. Bombardier with the huge ultimate, though. They lined up, and he takes out 3.
Holy, that was insane. So what I thought was going to be brilliant for the Hellborn team ended up being a disaster. I mean, they did come out on top because they managed to get the kill on a level 9 Zapped now. But man, that was insane. Top lane.
Yeah, they got all 3 cores, but right now Insania likely going to fall one more time. One more auto will be enough, and Kenon Peng on the ultimate warrior streak. Wow, I mean, the guys from DOGG, you might even be able to hear them in the background here. They're going absolutely insane. Every time they get that kill, they are screaming. But the guys from Syncc are as well. You heard that Bombardier ultimate go off, and they went nuts as well. So it's definitely 2 very animated teams going at it. But right now, this Dr. Repulsor is the X factor.
Yeah, this Doctor is really the saving grace from this Hellborn team. I think without the Dr. Repulsor, they wouldn't be able to do as well as they did because they wouldn't have the same response as they would have had. And anyways, now in the mid lane, you do have the two supports. They're going to try and counter this ward from Insania.
Yeah, right now it looks like Sandwraith finally going to be able to get a little bit of farm here in the bottom lane. But Midas trying to set something up for the middle lane. He's got haste. Is he going to go for this Bombardier kill? Looks like Slapped, he kind of knows something. He's trying to stack this, but it looks like he's
just
maybe
being
he just
patient.
doesn't even know at all. And he's actually going to get stunned up right here. Moira is there as well. And down goes Slapped.
Man, they are so in control of this game. Now the ward is going to go down as well. I mean, Deadwood doesn't have the most farm. He's level 6. I mean, he's 230 GPM, but at this point, this 450 GPM Doctor is just doing so much work. And Midas, that combination, I was already talking about it, and they've been doing it so perfectly.
Phenomenal setup all the way around with this Midas, with the Dr. Repulsor being able to get in there and drop the opposite charges, but wow, the guys from Syncc, all of a sudden they find themselves down over 5,000 gold and nearly 4,000 experience. And of course, they have to rally around these cores, but they're all so underfarmed. Bringing up the GPM chart right here, I mean, they're two farming cores that they were hoping to get big. The Sandwraith and the Puppet Master, both below 230 gold per minute.
Yeah, the tri-lane definitely didn't work out for them. And that's really the risk with an aggressive tri-lane, is that you're forced to take objectives. And when you don't, well, then you're in a lot of trouble. And we see that right here, right now, 0-3-4. Puppet Master.
Now the Sandwraith, look at how far he's going. He's all the way down at the boat.
Just making sure, you know.
Yeah, you know, trying to get on out of there, and he will survive. So it looks like a little bit of a tower trade being set up by the guys. On Syncc, they're going to go ahead and take the top tower. As on the bottom side, looks like DOGG, led by Lord Mikhail, is going to be able to get that tower. Now, I think that the guys from DOGG actually could press for 2. Do you think they will?
I mean, they could definitely do so, but it does look like they are going to back off. And honestly, I feel I agree with their decision. Had they ported with all of them to the top lane right now, because Syncc isn't able to take a fight with, you know, a level 6 Puppet Master only.
Yeah.
That they're gonna get wrecked. But them throwing away towers like this is what is gonna give Syncc the edge. This is going to make sure that Syncc comes back and be able to do what they do really well, teamfight. If they manage to get more towers like this where they trade, they're going to end up coming ahead.
The objectives are certainly quite important here, but it looks like the guys from DOGG just going to be kind of chilling for right now. Although Syncc is grouping up as 4, trying to make their way toward the middle lane, it looks like. That's probably not a fight that they want to take just yet. The Dr. Repulsor did finish up a light brand. Grab's on his way toward a Grimoire of Power. They run into a Bombardier illusion. And Dr. Repulsor going to be going in deep. Will find Bombardier one more time. The Puppet Show not really going to be doing too much. And there's the Arcane Vortex. A nice engineer stun, but it's not going to be enough. Keizu is going to go down right here. I mean, there's no response.
Insania as well.
Yeah, Insania is a little bit out of position, gets hit by the Midas, but a big Fade stun into a 3-man engineer. Are they going to keep going for this? They're looking for Fade. Dodges the Rotten Grasp from Deadwood, and they're going to have to fall back. They're behind a tower, turns it around with the Falcon Punch. Fade is going to go down, gets a 2-man stun, but will they have the damage? Blitz looks like he's going to be able to get out of there, is able to hit that mana battery. No attacks coming out from the Sandwraith. They're not even going to get a kill. They're out.
What is going on? Why didn't Flensmeister jump in there? He could have easily gotten at least 1 kill.
They're playing scared.
They're so afraid.
These teams, these European teams, these American teams are very afraid of the guys from Thailand right now. Like, they've seen how well they've been playing on their home servers. They've seen how well they've been doing in scrims. They saw how well they did at the grand finals, and they saw the absolute train wreck that was the complexity match versus the guys of MRR. There's a very serious level of respect bordering on fear.
Yeah, like DOGG right now, they're looking so good. And what they say about Lance is once you have that momentum, you keep it. It's so important in a LAN to have that momentum because it affects you so heavily. I mean, the guys from Syncc are experienced, but playing from this far behind, that's going to be difficult, man.
It will, and I mean, what are the options here? What do they have going for them? Steam Boots on a Sandwraith? He's not able to fight with that.
Yeah, like what is he gonna get? If he gets some mock, it's gonna take too long. I mean, is
And
that,
they're trying to
oh,
get a kill
man.
onto Slap one more time, and the support player falls. A TP canceled. They'll be able to farm out the enemy jungle as well as the lane, as all of a sudden we are at over 9,000 gold in experience, and they've held this momentum better than I've seen a team do in a long time. And
Puppet
they're
Master.
one more trying to get Puppet. Not quite able to. They will instead settle for Insania. Oh, but Dr. Repulsor going to be taking a lot of damage. 3-man stun going out. Doctor is going to fall. And it's now time for DOGG to try to turn this one around. There's the Arcane Vortex. Going to be hopping on in. Where's the Falcon Punch? Rotten Grasp onto Keizu. Falcon Punch will take him out. Sandwraith going to escape. Mickey landing these huge line stuns consistently, but it's still just not enough as there are pickoffs left and right.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, man. Syncc, they had that beautiful pickoff on the Doctor, but other than that, they're just too far behind. Every single time in those fights, the guys on the Hellborn side are just able to dive because they have the Moira, they have the Blitz. Like, Blitz even has an Astrolabe, and I absolutely love this. It's such a strong item in this game because they're being so aggressive. So, really well played by the guys on the Hellborn side, and they have the draft, and they're executing it perfectly.
Looking pretty good. I think both of us gave the edge to Syncc in that drafting stage, and potentially it had potential to work out. In the actuality, though, I mean, there's just some superior play coming out of DOGG with the momentum for this entire game, and it's getting scary as something like a Grimoire of Power could be approaching very quickly on Dr. Repulsor.
It is curious that he's going for a Grimoire instead of an Icon with the amount of aggression he's showing, because he could have had his Icon right now and does such a huge amount in team fights.
Yeah, certainly something that you don't see as often in the North American and European scenes. But he's comfortable with going the Grimoire, and that's perfectly fine. And of course, the initiation tools do not stop there. With Midas, he's got that portal key already. And Deadwood, just about 200 gold off of his. The team fight's going to be extremely strong for DOGG. And I mean, we talked about the team fight being in favor of Syncc, but that was contingent on them having levels, having a little bit of farm at minimum.
In the late game.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but as you can see, we haven't reached the late game yet, and the guys on Hellborn, they are content to just keep pushing. They can force Syncc back right now. They can force them into their base.
It looks like they might stay down here. Oh, no. 3 rotating for now. Maybe going to be looking to set up either a Kong, maybe looking for another pick. Will they find that pick? The Blitz and the Fade just narrowly missing one another there, as Mickey is going to be walking away on that Fade.
That ward coming out from Hyena is doing so much work, and Syncc is just too scared to go up there to counter ward it. After Zlapt got picked off at the easy camp, it just looks like they've been on their back foot this entire time now.
When you're able to get that ward up at 13 minutes and it goes uncountered, you know you're in a pretty bad spot.
Yeah, definitely. Same thing as the ward over there on top of the hill at the hard camp. That, I don't know, it's doing really well. Anyway, so Grimoire is going to be finished now on the Dr. Repulsor, and I mean, oh my god.
Wow.
That just happened way too fast. He got bursted down by a suicide Midas.
It wasn't even a portal key. He just happened upon a Sandwraith trying to kill some jungle camps, and he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like that.
So Syncc is trying to do their best to farm in a place where they're not going to be picked off, but Midas is all on top of you there. Look at this Blitz though, man. He's been doing so much work in this game.
Yeah, he's been looking pretty good, Pat Bats. Normally the jungle player does actually play quite a bit of jungle for the guys of DOGG, but playing the Blitz here, it really does remind me. This entire strategy reminds me of something that Stay Green would have executed. The heroes to the actual movements, to the way that they're taking these towers down before they're actually going for the kills, and then kills into towers and rinse and repeat until you've won the game.
Yeah. And now Zlapt has also fallen behind. He has that sacrificial stone, but I don't know how much it's going to do against this Hellborn side. They have so much magic damage on top of the Deadwood, so I would really like to see something else, rather maybe even a tablet just to try and save his allies.
Yeah, it's a hero that I think he needed to continue having the kind of farm that
Midas.
he really looked at. And Midas will be picked off right there. So a really good opener, I assume, from Fade. I didn't quite catch that one.
Fade opened, and what Syncc actually managed to do is put a bomb on top of Flensmeister. Then he would use his ultimate, and then the bomb is right on top of the person he's on
there
top
you
of.
go.
It's a great combination.
They ran the nerdy strat. So
The
now
nerdy
it all...
strats. Oh, Fade though.
Yeah, going to go ahead and get got. No, Kenon Peng actually messed up and didn't get the final auto attack off.
He dodged the stun though, and that ended up being the mistake.
Ah.
Oh,
There you go.
but
They
in the
are going to
meantime,
find Puppet Master, and Puppet is going to fall.
Oh,
And
no.
the ultimate is missed by Slap, and uses the Arcane Vortex on the Puppet to go ahead and save Deadwood.
Holy crap, I've never seen that done before. That was insane.
I don't know if that actually even worked or the Puppet just
It works
broke.
because
It did.
at
Okay.
that point, what you can do with the Dr. Repulsor is run far enough away, and they can't attack the puppet. So in that time, the puppet can't get hurt, and if the distance is too great, the puppet will just go away.
Not bad. Smart plays coming out from the boys of DOGG. They haven't made too many mistakes just yet. Still sitting on that massive experience lead, but they're not quite sure where to go about it from here. Are they just going to try to split the map 70-30 and starve their opponents out in terms of resources? Or are they actually waiting for a timing and trying to break high ground, get that Kongor, something along those lines?
Well, there's still those outer towers standing for Syncc, so I think they should focus on getting those down because it doesn't look like Syncc can really take a fight right now. If you just look at the levels, you have 2 supports at level 7, and on the side of DOGG, they have a level 11 Blitz, which that's a lot of damage on his ultimate. 325 and huge AoE, plus the slow. Like, just make sure to take down these towers from Syncc, and then you'll be fine to take Kongor and then Rex, because you'll have a lead of maybe even 16k at that point.
Certainly possible. They are near Kong, so looks like they are going to be going for the big guy himself. Stunning him up. Now, they don't have a ton of auto attack damage inherently, but they're just really liberally spamming their spells right now.
Yeah, and Dr. Pulsar does have a double damage rune, so that definitely helps.
A little bit.
A little bit. Tiny bit. just a tad.
Sandwraith is going to go ahead and scout this out with the ultimate. It would be suicide to actually jump on in there. So they just say, all right, play greedy for the next 30 seconds. You've got all the room that you want, but Bad Bats actually getting credit for the kill right there. And then Dr. Repulsor, 2,400 gold on him, and he's got the Token of Life. So he can go pretty YOLO right now.
Yeah, I think it's very possible for him to just get a Hellflower and then be done with it, burst down one of the supports, and then, you know, continue with his reign of terror. I mean, he has the token. He can be very liberal with his jumps right now.
Can indeed. Now, the one that he probably doesn't want to go for is this Puppet Master. He's got the 2 defensive supports standing right behind him. They're baiting this one pretty hard.
Yeah, definitely. But they're going to ignore it and just go for the mid tower. And this is the right decision, because why would you force yourself into a bad location when you can just push the tower down? There's not much that Syncc can do about it if you're grouped up as 5.
Yeah, not really in position to take that team fight. We talked about what Sandwraith would be able to do. Speaking of which, Sandwraith gets scouted out by Deadwood right here. It might actually die.
Oh my god.
Deadwood just got a solo kill, ran the SG Spelunk into the woods.
Mid lane.
They're going to try to get Bombardier right now as well. Engineer is going to be able to get the stun off, so Dr. Repulsor likely going to fall. Moira in some trouble. That was actually the illusion right there. And Dr. Repulsor is back. Will he survive? Looks like he should. The Arcane Vortex being used defensively, and it looks like they will try to get on out of there. Blitz maybe going to be lucky and get on out of here as well. It looks like he will not. The Bombardier ultimate actually clearing him out right there. So definitely a fight that went well for DOGG. They give up the Token of Life, but they are able to force some serious buyouts.
See, this is when they got a little bit greedy. They did have the token for another few minutes, so they could have bought some items before pushing up that far.
Yeah.
Dr. Repulsor got locked down. Token went out, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. Bottom lane, though, Keizu's going to get picked off.
again. 0-7 for Keizu. I don't remember if you go back to 2013, the GSL, where Keizu went like 9 games without dying. It's the opposite here.
Okay, Sandwraith isn't even going to go for it. Like, this is looking so bad for the guys on Syncc right now.
I mean, what can he do? if there's any mana whatsoever on Dr. Repulsor, he escapes. Sandwraith, it's now 25 minutes in, he doesn't even have an Energizer.
Yeah, he's 224 GPM, and it's really no fault of his because he was in an incredibly unfavorable matchup. Had they maybe secured farm on the Sandwraith bottom and put just get a different hero for Suicide and then Bombardier, they would have been able to take this game with more on their own pace because going versus a tri-lane of Moira and Blitz, those are really strong tri-lane heroes. Like that Shards of Harkin, applying it to one of your teammates, especially Blitz, who can run really fast, that's going to be insane.
Some big stun lock, yeah.
Yep.
It definitely does feel like the draft, the strategy here from Syncc might have been a little bit off. Like they almost drafted themselves into a corner a little bit. Maybe not so comfortable on the roles and lanes that they were having to play. It's showed a little bit here.
What they're doing feels really greedy to me, at least. If anything. That's how I describe it.
Now, looks like Flens he's done dying. He's like, I don't want this to happen again. He has not left the trees for like a minute and a half. He's like, oh, I'm just
meantime, Dr. Repulsor with a shrunken head now, just jumping in. He doesn't care. He's going all in. No one can stop him right now.
No shit's given. Already able to pick up 2 kills, and they're going to be able to grab Puppet Master as well. The double tap coming out for Ken on Bang. Fade tried to turn it around to get the stun. Not going to happen. Bombardier ultimate already went out. Oh, no, excuse me. There's the Bombardier ultimate. They're trying to turn it around, and it might happen. Lord McHale going to be going down, and see you later to Bad Bats as well. Syncc Esports with the massive bait.
What just happened? Holy crap, the damage coming out from that combination. Moira, he actually just screwed up. That ultimate wasn't helping them at all. It put them all right in the center, and Bombardier with the Fade Stun, then on top of it, a Puppet Master ultimate, that was insane.
They weren't expecting the Bombardier. He did have to blow another buyback right there. A total of, what is that now, 5 buyouts have been used by Syncc Esports in the first 27 minutes of this game, but they recovered quite a bit in terms of golden experience. They're going to be able to get a little bit of map control here, a little bit more gold. They might even find this Midas.
Out the Midas.
And there is the stun. Sticky Bomb going to be coming on in. And Midas will fall. Syncc Esports, they're in the driver's seat once more.
My God. So, with that was a really important kill as well because Midas was setting it up perfectly for the teammates that he had. And had he not been scouted out there, it could have been drastic for Syncc again. But now they gained a 4K. They gained 4K back. That's absolutely ridiculous. If they can just keep picking people off, Lensmeister is going to go for the Mach ultimately.
It is going to be such a late Mach.
That is.
I mean, he's still 1,700 gold off of it. This is going to be like 34, 35 minutes.
Is he going to go for the Mach, really? Oh, man. Like, I don't know what else he could get. Like, maybe even a Nullfire Blade, because Dr. Repulsor is really relying on that mana, of course, and so is Deadwood. But at the same time, they need something to carry this game. So sort of the high into Mach, of course, would be a great idea.
Sandwraith ultimate going off right there. He's able to break the Veiled Rot.
Yeah, but now they don't have a Sandwraith ultimate for the fight, and I mean, I guess it's not the biggest deal in this game because Sandwraith is just so underfarmed.
Take 2 from DOGG, and once again on in immediately, but did not activate the Shrunken Head. Will Dr. Repulsor go down? The Arcane Vortex once more. Is he going to be able to survive this? He has to pop the Shrunken Head and run. The auto attacks from the tower, not quite able to bring him down. 2 more buyouts were just used right there by Syncc, as both Puppet Master and Fade below them. They're down to just 3 buyouts left in this game. And the guys from DOGG, they just get out of there.
They just keep farming like this Dr. Repulsor. I do really like his item choice now that I see it. The Shrunken Head is doing absolute wonders. That's the only reason he managed to survive that fight.
Yeah, I mean, he came extremely close to dying, but a really nice defensive Arcane Vortex right there was his saving grace. The guys from Syncc, they're surviving, but only by using these buyouts. And with Engineer and Sandwraith being the only 2 buyouts left in the game, I mean, if any of these strong cores get picked off, it could very well be game right then and there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Engineer didn't go mines, so... No, I'm kidding. But at the same time, though, it's such a good tool for defending towers that I am kind of disappointed that Insania did not choose to go for them.
He just hasn't had the levels. He just barely hit level 9 right now, 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah, but maxing your turret, I don't know how much it actually does for him this game. I feel like the mines would have been a way better option in terms of defending their own towers, just baiting the Hellborn into making a mistake, because if they make one wrong move, they just blow up.
Well, not going to be seeing him at least just yet. There is potential, of course, for Syncc to get a little bit more in the way of levels. Maybe see those mines later on in the game. They've been continually trying to find kills with the Sandwraith Bomb ultimate. Combination right there. Like you had said earlier, by putting the bomb on Flensmeister, then allowing him to go off and find the kills on its own. So far, not really been super successful in that one. And Flens now sitting in his own base once more, could be going for the kills right here. Flens has 3,600 gold that has not been spent. Not going to be super useful. Might even have to buy out if there are like some serious shenanigans going. But Dr. Repulsor, haste bottled. He's going to go for the dive.
He's just going for it again.
Shrunken Head popped off this time. They're able to take out Engineer. He's one of the 2 heroes that does have a buyout. Now Deadwood is in some trouble right here, but Puppet Master is going to be the one that goes down. No, they turn it around. Deadwood is going to be the one that falls first. And it looks like he is going to be able to get out of there. Dr. Repulsor hasting on away himself. And the boom ultimate. Oh, God, bum. Not able to get that kill. Is able to finally take down the Moira. Good Lord, they just keep going for the dive. They're playing so greedy rather than just hitting the tower.
Yeah, like they could have won this game already had they made sure to just focus on the objective and not go for the dive. Those dives are really... Doctor almost died in that team fight as well, and Puppet Master survives with like 1 HP, so...
Gosh, it was so close.
It was so incredibly close. And now, Flensmeister is getting closer to his Mach.
Yeah, he's just about 400 gold off of that Mach of Brilliance right now. That could be exactly what Syncc needs to not only start repelling these attacks, but starting to put their own pressure on as well. He could be starting to get a little bit dangerous. On the other side, a portal key finished up by Zlapt. What do you think about that?
I like that. They didn't have any initiation or follow-up after the fade. So that PK allows him to put a bomb on himself and then blow it up at max. So at least it'll be his 2-second stun at that point.
All right, will Flens find a kill with this one? No. He's just continually scouting. He knows the threat that is the Veiled Rot.
Yep.
If they're not seeing more than one hero on the map, they're just constantly checking with the Sandwraith ultimate. But a nice Kongor spawn. They're going to go ahead and try to find yet another token of life. Then maybe go YOLO for the 4th time.
Yep. And with a token, I think it might definitely work. But they should also make sure to spend all their gold before they end up jumping that far.
100% agree. 3,300 gold, something like that after the Kongor kill will be on Dr. Repulsor. Really do want to spend that. What item do you want to see on your DR next?
I'm thinking Hellflower. He needs auto attack damage because ultimately both Sandwraith and Puppet Master are going to be picking up a Shrunken.
Shrunken Head's pretty strong against this DOGG team. And I'm just trying to listen to what's going on the other side here with the other match. I believe that they've just started the match between Bad Monkey Gaming and Reason. That's our other one that's going to be going on. I'm sure that between the game we'll be able to get some kind of an update on what's going on in that match. But there's lots of yelling. All these teams this year, very animated.
They're very hyped for sure. And I mean, Han is back at Dreamhack. Of course they're going to be hyped.
Not bad indeed. And I'm just looking at Flens and Bomb right now being played by Zlapt. They're both just hiding in the trees. They're like very scared about where the heck is this enemy team. I see like 2 of them here in the bottom lane, but looks like they will go ahead and just continue split pushing. This is one of the things that's kept Syncc in a very good position, at least relatively here. Being able to have the split pushing going on, making sure that the mid and top lanes are constantly being pushed out so that they can have the time to deal with the constant push that's coming in from DOGG on the bottom side.
It does look like Dr. Repulsor ended up picking up a Nullstone, and I understand it with the fact that it's a Sandwraith and you want to be able to prevent yourself from getting jumped by him, but Sandwraith isn't going to jump on a Dr. Repulsor anyways, so I don't really like it. it renders that item kind of useless, to be honest.
I think that maybe the bigger one would be actually Puppet Master.
Yeah,
Not
but
being able to get a CC on there, ideally, but it might be broken by something else. There's a lot of single target
Boom
spells.
Dust
Yeah.
can cancel the Null Stone. So that's a very cheap ability at a 600 range, no, 550 range. So I don't know, man. I really don't agree with this item pickup right now.
Now, as far as diving and ganking tools, a sheep has just been picked up here on the Midas as well. So going to be able to lock these guys down before any shrunken heads might be popped off. Puppet Master, the only one that I believe is at least somewhat close to the item. Already picked up the Mighty Blade to go with his Invis. Not going to be going for the Genjiro.
Yeah, that would be too much of the good things, I think. Genjiro really wouldn't do anything for Puppet Master this game. They need to make sure to just be able to survive the initial blast from the Dr. Repulsor jumping in, and then they should be in a better position for sure.
Sandwraith and Bomb still just hanging out in the trees. They've been doing a great job of not showing themselves, so making the guys from DOGG maybe a little bit cautious right now, and of course getting that lane pushed out. Do you think that DOGG should actually be going up there and finding them, forcing out of that lane, or do they just keep going bottom?
I mean, force Syncc back. You can't really stop the Sandwraith if he just goes into the woods like this. Oh, but that's a lot of people shouting in the background.
Welcome to land, my friend.
Welcome to land, pretty much. But
ward countered up right there. They did have a high ground ward, but no more. And it looks like defense is trying to be mounted by Syncc, but Dr. Repulsor with the Shrunken Head, the Null Stone, and the Token of Life, you really don't want to go all in on him.
No, definitely not. But they're doing a good job with the patience, but here comes the initiation
going
now.
on Puppet Master. The Engineer ultimate is going to be going out. They will finish off Engie. On the backside, though, already multiple Shrunken Heads going to be going off right there. Deadwood trying to finish off Sandwraith. It looks like they will go ahead and bring down the Sandwraith. Fade was gone, killed as well. And it looks like this is going to be a free set of racks. No buyout on Fade.
No buyout on anyone.
Yeah, there's no buyouts. I mean, this could be 2 sets of racks.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like it. And Doctor is already going for the second defense tower. He's going to burn through the token and make sure to be up in full HP and mana, and then just go.
Yeah, smart play. They are going to go again right here. They get the pick off on Dr. Or excuse me, that was Midas that they used the Bombardier ult. Kill him. Dr. Repulsor, full life and mana after that token. Able to bring down Bombardier. Gonna go on to Puppet Master, but the Invis is able to get him on out of there. Dust is popped off, but Dr. Repulsor now very out of mana. He's in some trouble.
He's in a lot of trouble. Wait, is he gonna get a counter kill?
There's no way. Pops off the Shrunken Head, able to get one, not able to get any more right there. And in the end, they're only able to get 1 melee Rax.
Impressive that Syncc was able to defend that, but at the same time, like, Doctor is just jumping in way too greedily again. Like, there's really no reason for him to do this. They have such a comfortable lead that they can just go back, take it slow, and pick up more items.
Yeah, not a lot of discipline being shown by the guys of DOGG right now. Some really good strategy, some really good execution so far, but the discipline to actually hit the buildings instead of trying to go for the hero kills, you kind of need to learn that eventually. Buildings, buildings.
I mean, you don't win the game by killing heroes. You win the game by killing the world tree, you know?
And so far, they've not really been successful in bringing down those essential structures. And once more, no token of life. So DOGG, I mean, this might be about as big as the lead gets here. I'm not sure if they actually do want to continue farming a little bit, as Sandwraith got really close to actually like bringing down heroes to 50% life. I think if he had ported in on somebody, he could have gotten the kill, but they were so close together that it was a very dangerous prospect.
I think it would have been turned on immediately.
Yeah.
But man, just looking at the GPM charts, you can see how Syncc, they're all on the level of the secondary hero from the side of the Hellbourne. 340 GPM on Midas, and the highest GPM on Syncc is 310 by Bombardier.
Yeah.
It's just not looking good for them, man.
I'm not ready to write them out by any means, although a second Nullstone was just picked up here by the Blitz. Holy crap.
By a
Blitz
blitz,
is massive in this game.
Yeah, definitely. He's 260 GPM. He's 8'5" and 16. Like, everybody is huge in this game for the guys on the Hellborn.
They've been doing a really good job of splitting up that farm pretty well. And really good control of the Ancients as well. That's one thing that I've been noticing that they've been doing a lot better than many of the other Thai teams and even Southeast Asian teams that we've seen in the past, is controlling the Ancients.
Yeah, it's definitely a really important skill to master. If you can stack those every single minute and make sure to kill them the moment they're up, your GPM just goes up so far. And they've definitely shown that. I mean, they're not letting up with this lead.
Every 80 seconds, though, that Sandwraith ultimate going out, making sure that the guys from DOGG are not able to really spread out too much. And it looks like they're just going to go up mid one more time.
I wonder how Syncc is going to defend this one now. Harkins blade.
Wow, Harkins. Got to make sure that they do not engage before that Harkins gets there, though.
Yeah,
they cannot
for sure.
get greedy about this. Going to be here in about 20 seconds now. Of course, we know Syncc doesn't have the best of actual initiation, and Mickey's invis does run out, and he's teleporting back to town right now. So that initiation is going to be really difficult now. Here comes the second TP. Syncc looking like they're ready to force this engagement, but here comes the Harkins.
Man, it's been so long since we've seen a Harkins in a game. That's absolutely ridiculous. He's going to hurt so bad. Targeting down that Sandwraith with 4 magic armor.
Oh, wow. Is Sandwraith actually just going to fall right here? The Sheep going to be going in, and he's gone! Dr. Repulsor still going ham right now. Falling back, 50% mana. Sandwraith's down. He's gone for, what, 70 seconds, something like that? Yep. Does have the buyout. Does not want to use it. Here comes the buyout into the Sandwraith ultimate. Moira is going to be the first one taken out. Blitz is trying to go hard, but he's just outrunning the Puppet. He just broke the Puppet Master ultimate, and 3-shot by the Dr. Repulsor. Mickey goes down on the backside, though. See you later to Midas. Sandwraith, his second life could be falling right here. Man fight, Puppet Master, the normal Harkin wielding hero, goes down. A hat trick coming out from Canon Pang. And this might be it right here.
I think that this is it. There's no buybacks left except for on Insania, and I mean, would this be the moment to throw in the towel?
I think it most likely is. They do have to get the tier 2 top still. And for Syncc, they are likely having flashbacks. Flashbacks to Bangkok, Thailand just 2 months ago, where they lost their opening match to the guys of DOGG. And they said, it's one game, we're going to shake it off. Proceeded to be eliminated in the group stage. Flashbacks right now. That's all you can say.
I mean, it's just going through their heads again. I just really hope that they won't be too demotivated by this game, because they show so much more potential when they're in their own comfort zone. And you'd think, you know, with 4 of their players being from Sweden, that they just feel a lot more comfortable at Dreamhack.
Well, a lot of these teams have been saying that they're scared of playing the Thai teams simply because when they're playing against the NAEU teams, they play each other so often they know what each other's strategies are.
Look at Doctor, though.
Yeah, it looks like he actually could be in a little bit of trouble right now. And the the Bombardier ultimate does go out. Sandwraith trying to finish off Deadwood. It's not really going to happen.
Yeah, it's so well played. Here comes the Moira illusion. I mean, oh, Deadwood jumping back in.
Yeah, going to go on the Sandwraith. Should be able to get him.
Oh man, that persistence coming up from the Hellborn team. Sandwraith wasn't really even necessary there for that kill on the Dr. Repulsor. I guess they just did it to be safe, but
I think they got a little bit greedy, to be honest. They were looking for some kind of a win after just being punished in their own base repeatedly. But the Thai teams, very good skills right there, making sure you know exactly when it is safe to head back on in. And 45 minutes into this game, Mickey picks up a portal key here on Fade. He's sitting on Striders, mana battery, and a portal key.
They should really just put Mickey on the mid hero. This semi-support role that he's doing right now, he's doing a great job with this landing the stuns, of course. But why not just run the Fade middle instead of it then? Yeah,
some somewhat strange things coming out, and hasn't exactly worked out for the Syncc boys.
Yeah, you can say that again. I mean, this game, I really think it's time to throw in the towel. I mean, only if Hellborn walks in 1 by 1 and gets picked off are they going to be able to turn this. I really feel like they're too far behind to be able to take a fight. I mean, you see the blitz already, 280 GPM as well.
At the same time, you can't count them out. We did see the greed that was being displayed by DOGG. I think I agree with you that the game is out of their hands. It's now up to DOGG to
make
throw
a mistake.
it. Yeah. But they're playing safe. They're going to grab Kong number 3. The banana's going to be hitting the ground as well. And does Dr. Repulsor actually just sell the Grave Locket now? I think he does.
Definitely. I mean, he picks up the token because that's honestly the best item on him. And yeah, he did it. And then who would you give the bananas to? I think personally, Midas should pick it up. Yeah, so you can jump in, be slippery, be annoying, and just be able to survive for just that much longer. I feel that Deadwood, after he uses his ultimate, he's far less useful than a Midas.
Now, 2 big items picked up right there. Demonic Breastplate going to be coming out on your Deadwood. And what looked to be a Frostwolf Skull coming out. Yes, indeed, it is a Frostwolf Skull on Midas.
I love it, though. Like, he has the Sheep Stick, he has the PK. What else does he need? I mean, he's 2,500 health right now, and my God, he's going to just be so annoying through the Shrunken of the Puppet Master, just slowing his attack. Veld Rot, though, coming in from the Legion side, they are going to try and pick something off.
They're going to have to start this team fight without the expectation, and they're going to have to get a good initiation, 2-man stun minimum. Maybe not. They're going to find Dr. Repulsor, and he is going to fall. Now, Moira's going to have to get an Arcane Vortex off right here, and he is going to be able to save his teammate with the Ephemeral Forged Arcane Vortex, and it looks like they turn it around. Fade and Puppet Master gonna bite the dust. A huge stun coming in from Midas. A quad kill gonna be coming in, and an annihilation. Kenon Peng on your Dr. Repulsor, 19-4, his final score as GG well played. Come on out, and DOGG has done it again, taking the first map off of Syncc. What an incredible performance coming in from our 2 tie teams already today, taking down some extremely strong opposition. And you can see them. I mean, they're happy about it, but they know this is not their only test. This is a best of 3.
This is game 1, man. Like, Syncc is going to bring it in the next one for sure. And even with that perfect initiation, Doctor just had a token. So ultimately, it didn't matter. I mean, we saw it coming as well. So, well attempted, I'd say.
You know, but he was in the energy field. So if they had not gotten the Arcane Vortex off right there, Shrunken Head would not have been possible. He would not have been able to use his mobility. He could have died again. Yeah. But really strong play going to be coming out right there from Hyena on that Moira. And he said that was one of his signature heroes coming into this match. He showed right there with the play, not only in the tri-lane, but massive offensive and defensive Arcane Vortexes throughout that game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such... He did so well with that hero. Also with the constant pickoffs, with the Ephemeral Forge, of course, and just that hero, man, if you're not going to play it, I honestly think you should ban it, especially when you're Legion.
Sure. In any case, the guys from Syncc, now with their backs to a bit of a wall, down 1 game in this best of 3 group stage match, they do not want to be falling into the loser's bracket, where they could, of course, face people like Reason or BMG. Yeah. 2 teams that have actually done pretty well against Syncc over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, especially in that warm-up event. I mean, BMG took their series from them, and Reason has always been a problem for the guys on Syncc. So they really need to be very careful with these next 2 games.
Not expecting to see them messing around by any means. This one, a little bit strange with the heroes that were picked and then the roles that were actually played. Expecting to see Syncc maybe head back to their roots for that next game. In any case, game number 2 going to be coming up here live from Dreamhack Summer 2015. Syncc Esports needs a win. The guys from DOGG and the country of Thailand with all the momentum. We'll be right back with more Han here from the Elmia.